But first, I want to start with the fact that Pfizer now says its COVID-19 vaccine is 95% effective with no serious side effects recorded in its final data set. That news comes as coronavirus cases continue to tick higher and set records. Hospitalizations also continuing to surge across the country. So let's kick the show off with a focus there and bring in Yahoo Finance's Anjalee Khemlani. And Anjalee, importantly, Pfizer is highlighting here that it could highlight for emergency approval from the FDA within just a matter of days here. So how's that shaping up?
Correct, Zach. So what we know right now is, of course, just after hearing from Moderna earlier this week that they hit 94.5% with no serious effects. We also know that Pfizer is now on par with their partner BioNTech, we must note, to apply for that EUA, having reached the end of their phase 3 trial based on the metrics that were set, the protocol that was set by the FDA. The FDA has been anticipating this, of course, and this is good news because it means that the U.S. is now going to have at least 2 vaccines come out possibly by the start of 2021, if all goes well. Of course, this all goes under regulatory review, and there will be even more discussions at the upcoming Vaccine Advisory Committee on December 4th. So all waiting for information there, but it is still promising, of course. And this is, again, against the backdrop of course, rising cases across the country, records being set in states on a daily basis. Wisconsin with 7,000 cases yesterday. Meanwhile, North Dakota, South Dakota continue to be a really central hotspots and concerning rises there, but across the board, seeing more than 150,000 cases in one day. Of course, this all goes to the question of what strategies each state is using, even down to the local level. We've seen so many different strategies, protocols put in place, restrictions, curfews, the like. Yesterday, Ohio talking about a curfew being implemented starting tomorrow. So while there is still that patchwork going on, there are questions about, whether or not this patchwork strategy will continue and whether or not a Biden administration could take on a different tactic. As we know, health workers and the scientific community is waiting for some sort of federal strategy. On that note, an advisor to the Biden COVID-19 task force, Dr. Celine Gounder, spoke to Yahoo Finance earlier today to cover just that. Listen to what she had to say.
A national lockdown or shutdown is simply not on the table. The president-elect has no intention of implementing a national lockdown. There may be some differences of opinion on the advisory board, but the consensus on the advisory board is also that we do not need a national lockdown is not indicated here.
So as you can hear, no full spread a national lockdown, but definitely some sort of, continuation of possibly what we see where hotspots get extra attention. Zach?
Yeah, perhaps a nod there to the view shared by Dr. Osterholm, who was on the show last week talking about potential reasoning behind a 4 to 6 week lockdown. Clearly, the clarity there coming president-elect is not necessarily of that mind, but Anjalee, appreciate you bringing us that.